Good afternoon, everyone. TJ here for your 12 p.m. stretch break. So for today's class, you'll just need your floor, a floor or a mat. Otherwise, let's get started. All right, so starting on the ground, so we're going to do a cat-cow stretch. So pretty much your shoulders are going to be above your hands, and then your hips are going to be above your knees. And I just want you to really arch that back and then really push down that spine. Really arch that back. Again, we're working on the mobility of our spine, because when we're sitting for long periods of time and we just kind of feel like we're very locked up within our spine and our shoulder blades, starts to create some very unwanted tension that we do not need. 3, 2, 1. All right, I want you to sit back into child's pose. So again, that fetal position where you're face down. Extending the hands overhead. If that is a little too much, you could kind of do what's called the puppy pose, where you just kind of bend your arms, you just kind of stack your hands on top of each other, and you just rest your head on your hand. All right, now I want you to, if you do have your hands extended, I want you to walk it over to your left. Otherwise, you could still do your puppy pose in this kind of leaning to the left position. Just feeling that stretch through the back, especially through the low back. Now let's walk it over to the right. Again, either hands extended or the puppy position, where the hands are resting on top of each other and your arms are bent. Nice job. All right, so still on the ground, we're now going to extend. So we'll either do the mini sphinx or we'll do the cobra. So you have the two options. It's just what it works for you. So feeling that stretch through the front of our core. And when we're sitting all the time and those muscles get really tight, all right, I want you to bring it down, and very similar to our kind of child's pose where I have you kind of leaning to one side, I now want you to kind of shift to the left and either go mini sphinx or you could do the whole cobra. Again, you're just slightly off your midline. So you're just kind of leaning to one side, just so you feel the stretch through almost like the right side of the oblique into like that hip flexor on the right side. Again, either on your elbows or on your knees. Now let's move over to the left or the right side, or whichever side you had started with, or the opposite side that you started with. So either on your elbows or on your hands. And again, now feeling the stretch through whichever side you're leaning. Nice job. All right, so now coming onto our bottom, we're going to kind of flip it over, sitting. I'll slightly turn your way. All right, so cross your right ankle over your left knee, and then take your left hand and take it to the outside of that right leg. And I want you to twist your torso. Again, another stretch through the side, just feeling it a little differently compared to the last stretch. Sitting up tall, breathing. Excellent. Let's switch sides. So now we're going to cross left ankle over right knee, sitting up tall, bringing that left arm to the outside part of the left leg. And again, breathing. Great job. All right. So the next stretch that we're going to do is that we're still going to be sitting on our bottom, but we're now going to either reach for mid-calf, ankle, or toes. Again, depending on the flexibility, stretching out through the back of the legs. Just reaching. Holding that stretch. Nice job. All right, let's lie on our back now. And I want you to cross your right ankle over your left knee. Take your right hand, reach it through the hole in your leg, and then take the left hand and just wrap it around. And I want you to draw that left leg towards you. So it should look like the figure 4 or the number 4. So stretching the glutes to the left side. If you're having a hard time kind of seeing what it looks like, I'll slightly turn your way. So again, crossing that right ankle over the left knee, reaching through the hole, wrapping around the leg, feeling that stretch through that glutes on the left side, or right side, sorry, right side, not left side, unless you are doing your left. And again, just resting the head on the floor, lifting your head up off the ground, then you might create some tension you don't want. All right, let's switch sides. So now the left ankle is going to cross over the right knee. Left hand is going to reach through the hole in the leg. The right hand is going to wrap around, and we're going to grab the back of the right leg, pulling that leg towards us. Feeling that stretch through the left side or the left glute. Another set of muscles, which are the muscles of the hip, especially the back side, get really tight. So we're really stretching this out today. All right. We're still going to do that same sort of stretch, but now sitting up onto our back side. And so still crossing that left ankle over the right knee, but I now want you to let that leg or the foot that's up, I want you to let it fall to the opposite side, feeling the stretch kind of shift in the sense of where you're feeling it on the hip. Nice job. So bring it back to center. Now let's cross right ankle over left knee, and now letting it fall. So the right foot is going to fall towards the left side. Feeling that stretch a little differently through the hip. One side may be a little tighter than the other, which for me is this side actually. Usually it tends to be the non-dominant side that tends to be a little tighter, but if you are ambidextrous and weird like myself, it's probably the opposite side. Nice job. All right, so bring your feet down. I want you to now stand up. And so if you have a place, actually I'm just going to kneel for the sake of you seeing me in the camera. All right, so I'm going to kneel, And so we're going to do a chest stretch. So find a wall or a doorway or something vertical like a pole. And I want you to have your hand to where it's parallel or horizontal with the floor. And so feeling the stretch through your chest. So if there was a pole right here, I would just place my hand against it. If it's easier with a shoulder injury, you could go more bent at 90 degrees, push it back, feel the stretch through one side of the chest. Breathing through it. Again, if we sit a lot, our shoulders tend to round forward. Those muscles within the chest get really tight. All right, so let's switch and do the other side. Again, imagine like there is a pole or something vertical like a doorway or a wall. Have your arm extended, horizontal or parallel to the floor. Otherwise, bend that elbow or bend that arm and push, push back. All right. Nice job. Still breathing through the stretch. Just letting all that tightness go. And again, making sure you're not feeling or you're not pushing the stretch too much. You don't want to cause any sort of strain to the muscle. All right. So the next one that we are going to do, I want you to now reach. So you could totally be kneeling or standing, totally up to you. I just want you to reach over. So left arm reaching over towards the right. All right, reach. So left or right arm reaching over towards the left. Excellent job. All right, now clasping both hands together. I want you to push it straight up in the air. And if you want, you could just lean slightly back. Otherwise, you could just really push those arms straight towards the ceiling, really feeling that stretch. Again, if you want, you could lean back just a little bit, not too much. Nice job. All right, one last and final stretch, which I will stand, and hopefully I don't disappear into the camera. All right, so give yourself a great big hug. Again, kind of going back between the first stretch that we did with that back and the spine. I want you to slowly roll yourself down like a slinky. Drop those hands down to where they're reaching the toes. I want you to kind of turn yourself. So like, again, you're rotating half or like between, your upper body and your lower body. And I'm kind of reaching towards the left outside part of my foot. And now I'm going to switch. And I'm now going to turn, again, rotating between my upper body with my lower body, reaching to the outside part of my right foot. All right, nice job, everyone. So as a reminder for classes for tomorrow is 8:30 metabolic conditioning with me. And then we have Express Abs at noon. A couple of things, if you have not filled out the survey, please let me know so that way I can enter you into the raffle for for a gift card. Otherwise, we do have the sweat reset program. The sign up started already. So find a partner, email me, and let me know. All right. Have a great day.